till now we have discussed about sympathetic system and drugs acting on sympathetic system, as well as sympatholitics, that means antiadrenergic. Now in this part we will discuss about parasympathomimetics, that means parasympathetic system. It is also known as cholinergic system, because in first video we have seen, like, consider this is brain, this is spinal cord. Then parasympathetic system originates from cranial region as well as from sacral region. Therefore it is also known as craniosacral, like this. And this is ganglia, and then further effector organ. So here means at preganglionic as well as on postganglionic, at both the side, neurotransmitter is acetylcholine. So therefore this system is also known as cholinergic system. And as it originates from cranial region and sacral region, so it is also known as craniosacral. Then, as discussed here, neurotransmitter is acetylcholine, and this system is responsible for conservation and restoration of function, which has been disturbed due to sympathetic system. Means sympathetic systems stimulates when sudden shock or some things may happen, and parasympathetic system restores it. It may happen like, suddenly we see something and we get shock, so at that time sympathetic system is activated, which results in increased heartbeat. Means when we get sudden shock, our neurotransmitter, that is noradrenaline, is secreted, which results in tachycardia, which means it increases heartbeat as well as increases force of contraction, and also increases blood pressure also. While after some time, brain releases acetylcholine, which results in bradycardia, that means decrease heart rate, and also decreases functioning of heart. Therefore it restores normal functioning. And also sympathetic system increases sweating, while in parasympathetic system sweating is decreased. Then next part is biosynthesis of acetylcholine, as acetylcholine is main neurotransmitter in parasympathetic system. Consider this as cholinergic receptor. Then here ATP, that means adenosine triphosphate acetate and coenzyme A combines with each other to form acetyl coenzyme A in the presence of acetate activating reaction. It is not enzyme, means it is a name of just reaction. Then this acetyl coenzyme A in the with choline, means choline mixed with acetyl coenzyme A in the presence of enzyme choline acetyl transferase, it forms acetylcholine, and coenzyme A is like a byproduct. This acetylcholine is then transferred to synaptic vesicle here. Then further, when it is transported out of the neuron, it may either bind to nicotinic receptor or muscarinic receptor, that is cholinergic receptors. So now here first step, that is acetyl coenzyme combines with choline to form acetylcholine. So choline is inhibited by a drug called as hemicholine. Then next, this acetylcholine is inhibited by transporting into vesicle due to drug vasamicol. So we in name indicates it indicates vesa, which means vesicles, just to remember. Then this transport out of the neuron is inhibited by botulinum toxin. Botulinum toxin, it is mainly isolated from one spider, I think, which causes paralysis. Then here is one reaction, that is this this transported acetylcholine in the presence of enzyme cholinesterase, means cholinesterase enzyme cleaves it into two parts, that is acetate and choline. So to enhance the activity of acetylcholine, because acetylcholine has very short half life, within seconds only, so cholinesterase enzymes are administered. They will come further in classification also. So this was about biosynthesis of acetylcholine. That is, it takes place in cholinergic neurons, means ATP, acetate and coenzyme combines to form acetyl coenzyme A. Then choline combines with acetyl coenzyme A to form acetylcholine plus coenzyme A. Then this is transported to synaptic vesicle. Then it is transported outside the neuron to bind with nicotinic or muscarinic, and these are the drugs which inhibits certain steps of this biosynthesis of acetylcholine. Then next is cholinergic receptor. Like in sympathetic, that mean adrenergic, there were two types of receptor, that is alpha and beta. Here also there are two types of receptor, muscarinic and nicotinic. First one is muscarinic. It is G protein coupled receptor. It is stimulated by muscarinic and it is blocked by atropine. This blocker will come in next part, that is anticholinergic. First type is M1. It acts through IP3DAG pathway, as they all are GPCR, that is G protein coupled receptor. So they all works through different pathway of GPCR. Then next is its location, that is autonomic ganglia, gastric glands and CNS. Then its agonist oxotrimorin and antagonist is pyrenzepine. Next is M2 receptor. Here effector pathway is, that is it decreases cyclic AMP, sorry, and it results in potassium channel opening. This is the effector pathway of M2 receptor, while that of M1 was IP3DAG. Then location, first one is AV node and second is SA node. Here to remember only one thing, that in both the case it decreases. In first case, that is AV, it decreases velocity, while in second it decreases impulse. And then in atrium and ventricles it decreases contractility. Then agonist is methacholine and antagonist is triptyramine. Then third one, there are mainly five type receptor, but here we will discuss only about three. This is M3. Its location, it is in iris, means in eyes. Then visceral smooth muscle, it causes contraction. Then ciliary muscle, it causes contraction. Then exocrine gland, it is responsible for secretion. Then vascular endothelium, that is on capillaries or what we can say blood vessels, it causes dilation due to release of nitric oxide. Here agonist is bithanacol and antagonist is dariphenacin. Here is one point to remember. Cholinergic system causes constriction of all except blood vessels. Here C for cholinergic and C for constriction, but except blood vessels, where it causes dilation. Then next is nicotinic. First was muscarinic, which is G protein coupled receptor. It is of three types, M1, M2 and M3. Now nicotinic receptor, these are ligand gated cation channels. Cation channels means cations may be any positively charged ion, but mainly sodium only. Here first is NM type. It is present at skeletal muscle end plate, which is also known as neuromuscular junction. So it name only indicates its location, that is NM, which means neuromuscular. Its agonist is phenyl trimethylammonium PTMA, and antagonist is tubocurarine. While next is NN receptor, it is present in autonomic ganglia, where it is responsible for depolarization. Depolarization means first step is polarization, then means positive, means influx of sodium ion takes place, due to which action potential generates, and which results in depolarization. Then next is adrenal medulla, where it is responsible for catecholamine release, means catecholamine means like adrenaline, noradrenaline, dopamine, which we have covered in first part. Then in CNS, it causes inhibition and excitation, means initially it causes inhibition, and after a certain period it causes excitation. Then is agonist, it is dimethyl phenylpiperazinium, and antagonist is hexamethonium. Now it comes muscarinic action. First is that is on heart. Just to remember, adrenergic system causes tachycardia, while while cholinergic system causes opposite to it, that means bradycardia. That is it also hyperpolarizes SA node. Then on blood vessel, that is dilation, as we have discussed, that is CC, which means it cholinergic system causes constriction of all except blood vessels. Then comes smooth muscle, it causes contraction. Then glands, in glands also it increases secretion. Then in eye it causes meiosis, as it results in a decrease IOT means intraocular tension. So this mechanism is important due to which it is used in glaucoma. Then next is nicotinic action. Muscarinic action was first was on heart, where it causes bradycardia. Then on blood vessel, where it causes dilation. Then glands, where it causes increased secretion. Then on smooth muscle, where it causes contraction. Then finally on eye, that is meiosis, decreases IOT. Then its nicotinic action, first is that is on autonomic ganglia, it is stimulated at high dose. Then if acetylcholine is administered with atropine, acetylcholine is not administered externally, but if atropine is administered, then it causes tachycardia if atropine is administered at higher dose. Then on skeletal muscle, as discussed, receptor responsible NM, that is on neuromuscular junction, where it causes contraction. Then on CNS, initially it causes excitation and then depression. In classification we have seen it reverse, it was by mistake, but actually first it causes excitement and then it causes depression. Now this is classification of drug acting on cholinergic system. These cholinergic drugs are mainly classified into two types: cholinergic agonist, that is direct acting, and anticholinesterase, indirect acting. First we will see about cholinergic agonist, which means it directly acts as cholinomimetics. First ones are cholinesters, that is acetylcholine, methacol, carbachol, and bithanacol. This bithanacol we have seen in agonist as M2 receptor. Sorry, it was M3 receptor, while methacol was M2 receptor. This was about cholinester, that means all the drugs which ends with suffix col, that they are cholinesters. Now next is alkaloids. There are only two, that is muscarinic and pilocarpine. This pilocarpine is used in glaucoma. First was cholinergic agonist, direct acting. We have seen cholinesterase and alkaloid. Now next is anticholinesterase. That means indirect acting. As we have discussed in biosynthesis of acetylcholine, this acetylcholine is breakdown in the presence of enzyme cholinesterase to acetate and choline, which means cholinesterase enzyme decreases the duration of action of acetylcholine. So to increase the duration of action, because we cannot administer acetylcholine externally, so we have to increase the duration of action to show the effect of acetylcholine. So for that purpose, anticholinesterase are administered. So therefore they are called indirect acting, while cholinergic agonists, that means cholinomimetics, were directly acting as like acetylcholine, but here they are only enhancing the activity of acetylcholine, so they are indirect acting. Just like classification was in adrenergic, direct acting and indirect acting. Here first type in indirect is reversible, in which it includes lipid soluble carbamates. These are physostigmine, tacrin, donepezil, rivastigmine and galantamine. Then second is water soluble carbamate. First was lipid and second are water soluble, in which they are neostigmine, pyridostigmine and idrophonium. Here solubility depends on their structure. If we see the structure of these lipid soluble carbamates, they contains the tertiary amine groups, therefore it has high lipid solubility. Like if we see the structure of physostigmine, means benzene ring, it has benzene ring, and then tertiary amine is at upper side, so therefore they are highly lipid soluble and therefore it can also cross blood brain barrier, while what this water soluble carbamate cannot cross blood brain barrier. Then here next come irreversible. In irreversible there are two types, organophosphate and carbamates. This includes malathion, parathion, diazinon, then chloropyrifos, ecothiopate, nerve gases, which includes tabune, sarin and soman. These organophosphates are pesticides, means they are not used clinically except ecothiopate. Means only ecothiopate is the organophosphate which is used clinically. While all other these organophosphate contain phosphorus atom, uh, which binds to cholinesterase enzyme in irreversible manner and which may even lead to the death also. Here this ecothiopate is used clinically, but one more point about ecothiopate, it is longest acting. So overall conclusion from anticholinesterase, that is only reversible are used clinically, while from organophosphate only ecothiopate is used. Then this was about classification, that the first one was cholinergic agonist direct acting and next one is anticholinesterase indirect acting. Now consider this as acetylcholinesterase enzyme. This is anionic side which is in triangle shape, then esteric side which is in rectangle side. As we know, enzyme is made up of proteins. Enzyme is a type of protein and protein is made up of amino acid, and here serine amino acid is present at this esteric side. All the reversible cholinesterase binds to anionic side non-competitively, because cholinergic and our acetylcholine binds to this serine, like this. Here is our acetylcholine. When it is released, it binds to esteric side, and to this same side our organophosphates are binds, which means it is competitive it blocks competitively, while reversible inhibitors blocks non-competitively. Now this acetylcholine is converted to acetate and choline due to the enzyme cholinesterase. So organophosphate binds to this esteric side and prevents the metabolism of acetylcholine, that means cleavage of acetylcholine. Then next is uses of cholinergic drugs. First one, that is muscarinic uses, and next one will be nicotinic. First one is that is its use in Alzheimer. The drugs which are used in Alzheimer are tacrin, donepezil, rivastigmine, and galantamine. Then belladonna poisoning. Belladonna, that means atropa belladonna. It is physostigmine. So physostigmine is drug of choice in atropine poisoning or overdose. Then comes glaucoma. They are pilocarpine, physostigmine, and ecothiophrate. It increases the in glaucoma, it increases trabecular outflow, therefore it decreases intraocular tension, therefore they are using glaucoma. Then it is diagnosis of bronchial hypersensitivity, for that methaqualone is used. Then come post-operative. Here are two types. First is paralytic ileus, for that bithanecol and neostigmine, which is anticholinesterase, means water soluble carbamate. Then bithanecol is agonist or cholinesters. Then first was paralytic ileus. Now second post-operative is urinary retention, for that same, means bithanecol and neostigmine. So this was about muscarinic use. First one was Alzheimer, then belladonna poisoning, then glaucoma, then diagnosis of bronchial hyperactivity, and last one was post-operative, which is further two types, that is paralytic ileus and urinary retention. But for both the drugs are bithanecol and neostigmine.